Hi, I'm Sunil, owner of Brigade Omega C710 apartment. Me and my family were in Germany for 5 years. We thought of doing interiors, so we started looking around and checked up with a couple of interior designers, and we found that many of them are doing very standard basic work. Not much into customization. While looking through the YouTube and the internet, I found these treasure woods and noticed that they have done quite a good of quality work and a high level of customization. So that attracted me, and I called Vikas. And luckily, Vikas, without hesitation, immediately responded. Very next day he came, he started interested in taking up the work. When I said, I just want to see what work you have done before I even start off. So he took me to the other works what he did, and me and my wife, when we looked and found it to be pretty impressive, the quality of work, I requested Vikas to come and have a look at our apartment because I'm very particular about customization. For me, the apartment has to be very functional, good looking but very functional. So I insisted that Vikas and team come and have a look. They came twice along with the team, took measurements, made the 2D pictures, and also later on they made 3D rendering to give various ideas. So we scanned through, we had a look, we checked very specifically dimensions, everything fitting. And when all the things were to the satisfaction of us, we decided we will go ahead with the execution part of it. So when we started executing, the customization was very clear. We had to break the existing kitchen platform. But more importantly, I find the electrical points were not adequate. They were not in the right place. So a lot of rewiring and rerouting, new switches had to be done. And that's where I found the Vikas and team was really capable of relaying, and they were very clear that this can be done and this is how we can provide all the points, be it 5 amps, 15 amps, the lighting, everything was well thought of, and team worked right from the very beginning. Also, the additional things what can be done, Vikas kept on mentioning that how we can do false ceiling, how we can do partitioning, and kind of ideas kept on flowing, and we kept on adding, we kept on making additions to the basic work what we did. And when we agreed more or less everything is now clear, the furniture and interior work started. And I must tell you that I come from a furniture industry background, and that's why I know the quality of materials being used and how the work is executed. Also myself being an engineer, I look at the quality very critically. For me, everything has to function properly and has to be in the right place, right alignment. So when the work started, I was curious to know how they are really executing it. And I found that a lot of work was done on the machines, like the laminates were pressed on the machine with good quality, or the beadings were standard beadings used, and fixing was with the good quality screws. All construction was really done with machine tools, very little with hand, and to the very good precision. I think Vikas has got a good team of carpenters, especially to mention the name Dinesh. Very skilled, very calm, very quiet, very cooperative, following the design and drawing very meticulously, and waiting for instructions in case he is not clear. But very, very good carpenters and team, and they worked really with no breaks. I literally saw them working for the full day, and dedicated team, and always looking for quality. If something was not okay, they will change it and they will adopt it. So this is what I liked very much. And as we started executing, the execution was also not that everything was decided before, and we started, basic design was already done. However, the process of taking treasure woods into the whole execution is really nice. They first make the structure, then they tell you to select the laminates, the kind of exteriors you need, go step by step, and then comes the hardware, and after that the painting. All kinds of things are taken gradually and steadily, so that you are not overburdened in the very beginning. But as the work progresses, you can see how it looks like, and then also you can adopt any changes you need. One of the unique things was also selecting of the granite stone for the kitchen, and this really we went in for a lot of varieties, and finally we selected the quartz, and this was also the recommendation of the because and the person who came actually for the company was really marvelous. The kind of joint that he made, the edge finishes, you cannot see the joints. I think really a very good quality of work executed. As the work progressed, even the electrical fittings, the selection of electrical fittings, where to put the lights, and what kind of colors we should select, I think Vikas was there all the time to guide. And Vikas is with a very good team of people with him, especially his right hand Ramesh, who is highly experienced, knows exactly what materials are available, what kind of equipment can be brought in, placed where, what color combination fits, and really very, very flexible and adaptive. So initially when I started the work, we wanted some basic things to be done in kitchen and bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. And Vikas kept on insisting, why don't you also look for the master bed? I was not very sure. I did a survey, but finally I found that the quality that is being done in Treasure Woods was much better with the solid plywoods and good kind of laminates, good workmanship, good hydraulic lifting mechanisms. I decided to do one bed as an experiment. And when we saw the execution, I was clear that this is what I need with the storage, good quality, rugged. I decided to do also the bed in the remaining 2 bedrooms. So that's how we ended up in doing the bedroom, beds in all the 3 bedrooms. And the kitchen was really the highlight. In the kitchen, which is my most favorite place for me, has got all the modern amenities, the beautiful glass doors with the lifting mechanisms, or with the pull-up trolleys, all of that with the nice laminates. Selection was done, and also the handles, everything was taken care. And my equipments, which I had ordered beforehand, were also properly provided with the space to get it fitted, like my refrigerator, microwave oven, or water purifier, washing machine, and all kinds of gadgets in the kitchen. They were perfectly fitted. Of all, the biggest challenge was about the temple or the place of worship. I think we had a lot of discussions, where to fit it, how to fit it, and finally, when we found the right place, Treasure Woods came up with the right kind of design with the glass door, with a background of CNC cutting and lighting, is giving an excellent look. So overall, I would say the execution part was done quite meticulously. I insisted not to be very fast. I was not in the time, but more on the quality. So there was no compromise on quality. I wouldn't say much of delay or anything like this, but was done at the right pace to see that the quality and the execution happens in the right place. All along during the execution, providing of materials, coordinating with various agencies, be carpenters, those who are fitting electrical or plumber, or the full ceiling electrician, everything was coordinated by Treasure Woods. Me as a owner had to do nothing. So they did the job of buying materials, buying the right ones and putting all that. We were only involved in selecting like the handles or the color of the glass or the laminates, kind of lights we need. All that was consulted, and we actually were involved in selecting. So everything was done to our taste and liking. And even the coloring, I think one of the best that I see is the kind of the wall finish they did was really marvelous, with smooth finish, excellent colors, spotless. You wouldn't see any kind of wiring marks. A lot of care was taken. Even the painters were of really high quality. So I appreciate all that. Whenever we needed some changes, I think the Treasure Woods Vikas and team was very flexible. They always were forthcoming with better ideas, what can be done, and more or less you can say they say everything is possible and they are willing to do it. So that is what I like the most. As I said in the very beginning, customization was my prime requirement, and that was very well met. I'm pretty satisfied with the quality of work. I would say the value for money, whatever the value you put in. Of course, the materials we selected were clearly based on my choice. So best quality material obviously would also have some cost impact. But everything was discussed transparently. The quotations were given, costs were discussed, and well adjusted when required. And so overall, I like the approach, the attitude, and the competency of all the team members. And I would say that if you're looking for somebody who is doing a quality work with heart and dedication, with a good team in place, I would suggest Treasure Woods is the right place. I am a satisfied customer, and I would like to thank Treasure Woods and team, especially Vikas, Ramesh, and Dinesh, who did a wonderful job for us when we needed the right kind of customization.